So I'm going to bring on the wonderful Saffron now, who's going to talk about hypnobirthing. Okay, so let's bring Saffron in. Oh, there we go. Approve. Come on now with a bump. She's got, I think she's 29 weeks. Is that right now, Saffron? I'll find out when she comes on.
Hi.
Hi. Do we have a 29-week-old bump there?
Yeah. You want to see it? Here. I'm lying on a bed because I'm actually on holiday, so I just thought I'd come and find a quiet place, which happens to be my bed, which is quite nice.
That's pretty perfect.
Yeah. Just about breastfeeding, which we were talking about, I advise all of my ladies to do a breastfeeding course while they're still pregnant.
Amazing.
Just so you've got that knowledge in your mind about, so there's a lady called Nourish and Nurture, and she does courses like via Zoom, really good courses, like 2-hour courses, workshops, and she really teaches you like how your body works to breastfeed, so what you need to produce the milk, and then also from baby's point of view, like what they need and why, obviously the benefits of it and stuff like that. And she's there for support and help as well, because I think it's really important to know where that support is while you're pregnant, because like you, I had a bit of a struggle the first time round, and when you're in the middle of it, you can't even find the help. You can't even think where to find the help. Just like, can't even Google the words like breastfeeding support. But if you know where it is and you've got that information and you do that course or a course while you're pregnant, you're already one step ahead, aren't you? It kind of makes total sense to get that knowledge while you're while you're still pregnant.
That was the only way I found the lady. It was through the NCT class that I'd actually done, and it was only through doing that. But it was my mum. I was over at my mum's, and she just said, "This isn't normal," and I didn't know normal. Do you know? You don't know. It's your first baby, and it was just, she was just latched on all the time, but yet she wasn't actually really feeding. It was agony, you know. And we'd got this far in, we'd had a really traumatic start. My mum said, "This isn't right." And obviously I then got in touch with the lady who actually did the breastfeeding section of the NCT course. Right, she went, "Come and see me when you get back." And that was it. 1 hour. Hour changed everything. You know,
amazing. Yeah, it is. It's so important to know where to get that help and support. And you know, it can be a bit of a struggle to start with, but like you say, if you get that right support, it can become a lot easier if that's what you want to do. You're right in saying it's your choice as well. Don't let anybody like judge you if you choose to express and then give your baby the express milk, or if you choose to bottle feed, formula feed. It's entirely your choice, as long as you're feeding your baby.
Exactly.
And keep feeding them for a long time. But
that's the key. It really is the key. So so let's step back here ever so slightly then, because we're going to talk about hypnobirthing now, something which I was too much of a wuss to do. To be honest, I think I was probably unknowledgeable back then. In the, everyone talks about hypnobirthing and it all sounds absolutely fantastic, but then you suddenly got to find all this time to sit down apparently and listen to all these CDs and do all these breathing things, and I went, time what's that? This was before I had loads of time. I had no idea what time was back then. But actually I really wish that I had been able to actually go down that route and go down that hypnobirthing and be much more calmer, because that could have changed part of my experiences back then. So I'm really looking forward to you being able to share everything that you do with everybody now, so they can obviously, go down a much calmer and happier route during their labour if that is their choice.
So for me, it's about fitting it in. So I know time is an issue for everybody, and like you say, first time mums think they're really busy at the moment until you've got kids under your feet as well. But it's basically the course that I've written is about fitting in with you and your lifestyle. So it's about listening to a hypnobirthing relaxation session when you're going to bed. So you're already in bed, you're snuggled up, you can play your relaxation then, and you get used to listening to it, and you take it in even though you're falling asleep. You still kind of absorb the words, and it helps you to relax. And then it's hypnobirthing is also about your education. So education about birth. So it's making informed decisions around birth. So it's the education of where you want to be to give birth to your baby. You know, women say to me, oh, I can't have a home birth because of whatever reason, or I didn't know I had the choice to make this decision. So it's about the informed decisions, empowering women with the informed decisions of where you want to give birth to your baby, what your options are. You don't automatically go to the local hospital. You can go to a birth centre that maybe is further away. You could have a home birth if you wanted to. And a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not sure about that. But, you know, again, there is support there. There's options there. It's about the education around birth. And then it's thinking about like what you would like from your birth. You know, what do you want? Not just the medical team or the midwives or the doctors telling you what you're going to have. It's about you making decisions about what is right for you and your partner, your family, whatever situation you are in, basically. And I also I teach the women relaxation techniques, but they don't rely on having a birth partner there. So some schools of hypnobirthing teach you like, I practiced this actually with my daughter. I read this to my daughter earlier. I was reading something out of a book, and it was saying as your husband strokes your arm, it's going to help you to relax. And Penelope just went, I would punch you in the face, mummy, if you did that to me. And I'm like, yeah, you pretty much would. She's 12, so you know she knows what she likes. But for me, a hypnobirthing teacher telling me that, like, that's not the right thing for me. So what I try and do is really try and meet women where they're at. I ask you, what helps you to relax? How do you relax? Is it your partner that helps you to relax? But also don't rely on your partner, because obviously we've just been through COVID in the last year, and some birth partners were not in the room, were they? Because they had to wait outside or they got positive tests at the last minute. So I really try and teach women that you actually have everything that you need within you, focusing on your relaxation techniques that are within you, your breathing, all of that helps you to relax and to birth your baby as you still want it to. Even though things change, obviously plans change, and that's okay. We can, yeah, they always do. We can have birth preferences, so we've got an idea of what we would like, but we've got enough knowledge to know if something changes, that's okay. We can still make an informed decision and go with those changes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, this is, I always say, you know, you write your birth plan, but have it, you know, have a lighter ready to blow it.
Burn it. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But reality is, this baby needs to come out safe.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we could go down all these different paths to get there, but the end result needs to be baby is alive, mum is alive, and everybody's safe and safe at the end of it.
Yeah.
You can fix the aftermath afterwards.
Yeah. It is very empowering to have an amazing birth, however that might be. Even if you choose to have a cesarean birth, you can still use hypnobirthing techniques to help you relax. Even if you plan to have a home birth and for some complication you have to have an emergency C-section, that's okay. You've still got your breathing techniques, you've still got your relaxation techniques to help you through. You're still in control, and that can really help you how you feel about your baby when you've actually birthed your baby, and how you feel about yourself. And you can take that energy with you forwards into being like the best parent, because you know that you've just been through this amazing birth experience. And I found part of the course as well is hypnobirthing, but also I'm trained in pregnancy yoga. So I've been trained as a yoga teacher for maybe 20 years, I think now. My mum was a yoga teacher, so I got forced to her yoga classes when in my teens when I lived with her. Yeah, had to go to my mum's class. And then actually started teaching. My mum went off to like India, and I was like, nice, I'm going to start teaching this. And then it developed into pregnancy yoga when I was pregnant, and with Jasper, my second. Yeah, so I integrate the pregnancy yoga and the hypnobirthing together, because I think that they work so well together to work on your mind, to work on your relaxation techniques and your breathing, but also work on the the postures, the stretching to help those aches and pains or prevent the aches and pains in pregnancy. We also do the birth positions, like literally from day one of doing your pregnancy yoga. I'm trying to get you to think of how you can be in all these birth positions so you instinctively know where you want to be to birth. Again, you know, from films and stuff that we see, we just think that you lie on the bed. And Friends, the episode of Friends where Rachel gives birth is just like, it infuriates me. I'm like, get off the bed. Like, so it's just the worst. Like, she's in a really lit room, she's on the bed, she's literally waiting with every contraction. I'm like, get up, walk around, turn the lights off, like, close the curtains, you can see all the people. All the things that I'm telling you kind of, you know, are not going to help you progress, basically. So yeah, so I integrate the pregnancy yoga and the hypnobirthing together because they work so well. And I really want to show women that the education that I give you doesn't just end at labour. It's not like, right, you've had your baby, there you go, carry on. I was
just going to actually ask how you know, because the way that you are in everything that you do and everything that you encompass, you are not just about, yes, okay, you're pregnant, you're having a baby, have your baby, ta-ra. You know, far about the everything coming after and the support, and it's just who you are. So what have you got for once that baby has arrived?
So I found when I had Penelope nearly 13 years ago, I did birth her in hospital, like fine birth, it like 12 hours start to finish. But when it was time to go home after the, you know, 6 hours or 8 hours later, they were like, right, okay, you can go home now, bye. And I went, wait, what? I'm sorry,
what's this thing in a car seat? What do I do?
What? Like, no, seriously, what do I do with her? I'm like, oh, you'll be fine, you know, you'll get on okay. And I was like, no, I'm not even joking, guys. I don't know what I'm doing with this baby. And I have a partner, Andy, you know, but like I say, this was 13 years ago, and I was like, literally didn't know what to do with her. So struggled with breastfeeding, just struggled in general, basically. Found it really difficult. Didn't have a massive support from family because I'd moved away from my parents and stuff. So very much trying to work it out myself. So it's really important to me that I teach women how to look after babies and how to prepare for being a new mum while you're still pregnant. While you've got the time to learn and listen and think about how you want to parent, do it now while you're pregnant so you're ready when your baby arrives. So as part of my hypnobirthing course, we cover your postnatal education. So we talk about sleep, and I suggest yourself, obviously, because you're more specialist in sleep than I am. We talk about how to play with your baby, like I do some baby yoga examples, so things that baby yoga is really good for helping to get wind out of babies. It helps to tie babies out ready for sleep. It helps with colic, all sorts of stuff like that. And again, if you can do it while you're pregnant, you already know what to do or what to try once your baby is here. Playtime with baby, even though, you know, little babies at a few weeks old, they're not very awake for very long, but it's still important to put them down on a play mat. Talk to them. Communication starts from day one. You know, talk to your baby, sing. You do anyway, don't you? You start singing to them while you're changing a nappy. Like, it's totally normal, like random stuff. But that's all part of playtime and communication, which is really important. And again, the feeding education, get the breastfeeding or bottle feeding education while you're pregnant, so you're ready for when baby arrives. So for me, all of that is really important to do while you're pregnant, rather than just, and obviously my continued support, rather than me just going, right, you've had your baby, bye. Like, you know, there is still support there. If you message me with a 6-week-old baby and you're like, oh, they're still not feeding well, or they're doing this or that, I might refer somebody to see a cranial osteopath, you know, or sleep support. Like I say, I've been doing this a long time now, and I'm in the Macclesfield area. That's kind of like where I live. But so I work with a lot of people in that area, recommend a lot of people that I know can help with support locally as well. Yeah.
I think that's the nice, isn't it? When you literally live within this world, you just end up with a wealth of people around you that you can just say, actually, do you know what? If you have a chat with that person, I'll get people with sleep. is it too early to train my sleep train at 6 weeks? I'm going, God, yes. You're not coming, go there. This is where we need to find out what's going on here, because that's not sleep, that's something else. Let's delve into that and go and speak to that person. Don't come to me. If you're sorted, you're having troubles, then by all means come back, get some support, whatever, but right now don't even consider it. It's like it really is that, having that thing of saying, right, do you know what, especially over the last 16 and a half months, everything has gone online. Everything. So everybody find a way to support using technology. So we are in a place where we can say, it doesn't matter if they're down south and you're up north. We've found ways now where we can actually refer everybody to anybody. And
there's benefits of it as well. There's definitely benefits, isn't there? It's connecting people together that wouldn't necessarily be connected, which I think is great. And even recording sessions as well and watching it back in your own time, all of that can make a massive difference, because people are working and stuff, and sometimes timing doesn't fit for people, does it? So
So just quickly, with your courses then, what are they, and how can they access them?
So my website, which is saffronsyoga.co.uk, there's a few things that I do. So I teach face-to-face pregnancy yoga. At the moment, tomorrow night I've got pregnancy yoga, even though I'm actually in Cornwall and on holiday. I'm still teaching, but again, it's technology, isn't it? So I teach normally face-to-face classes in Macclesfield on Tuesday evening and a Monday daytime, but like I say, tomorrow is via Zoom, which is fine. I also teach regular baby yoga classes in Macclesfield, and I'm part of Macclesfield Positive Birth Group, which I actually helped to set up with Macclesfield Maternity, because we really felt that there was a need to get the current and correct information out to women, because I see a lot of outdated information, either on social media or even in books. Like, obviously books are great to learn from, but they go out of date, so they say one thing and I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't apply because of COVID. So it's important to me to keep working with the midwives. Even before I was pregnant, I'm just conveniently pregnant now that I see the midwives, occasionally. I can ask questions. But before that, I was talking to them regularly anyway about current situations and stuff, so I can pass that knowledge on to my clients as well. If you can't get to classes or class times don't suit, actually last year when we were in lockdown, I re-recorded a course of pregnancy yoga. So I have a pre-recorded course of pregnancy yoga and a pre-recorded course of baby yoga that you can pay monthly to, which is like £15 a month, and you can do the classes in your own time. And I wanted to make the hypnobirthing course as accessible as possible, because I know that women work and you've got other commitments and stuff going on. So it's really important to me to make it as accessible as possible in a way that you learn, because I know that we all learn differently. Like until about 5 years ago, I couldn't read a book and understand what it was saying. It was just words and it just didn't go in. So I learned better. Yeah, you get it.
That's why the online ones for me, it's all about video. Scrap all the having to search for everything because you're tired. Let's just get the phone.
Can't read it and take it in, or especially if you read in bed, you read like a page, don't you, and then you're asleep and forgotten. So the hypnobirthing course is pre-recorded. It's actually £100 for the pre-recorded version. It's 6 weeks. I suggest doing it over 6 weeks because it's a process that you need to go through. You can't do it all in one go because you need to do a bit of videos, like I've recorded the videos, do some homework. I ask you to do some homework and speak to your partner or your family, or just have some time to think about the questions that I've brought up and process it basically, and do the homework if you want to. The videos and the homework will probably take you about an hour a week, if that. And then there's also relaxations to listen to that I've recorded, but like I say, you can listen to them at bedtime. And every week comes with a pre-recorded pregnancy yoga session as well. So you know, realistically, you're looking at a couple of hours a week, basically, to fit in a pregnancy yoga session and some pre-recorded videos. Some modules are longer than others, and, you know, you might get a bit of stuck or a bit of mental block, but I'm there for support as well. So you can do it completely via in your own time via video. That's there at £100. There is a group session which actually starts Thursday next week, and that's going to be in Wilmslow, which I'm really excited about. Just a small group in Wilmslow, and that's going to be a Thursday evening at 6:30, and it'll be about an hour and a half, sort of. It might be a little bit longer if we've got questions and stuff like that. And again, it's for you and your birth partner, whoever that might be. That might be your mum, your sister, a friend, whoever you want to bring with you. Your husband or your actual partner might not be the best person to be there. So that's the first thing. Think about who your birth partner is, because in our society we automatically think it's the father of our child, but sometimes it might not be. Like, if they're going to faint in hospital, they're not the right person, are they? Basically. So that's Thursday next week, that starts, and again it's 6 weeks face to face, but even so I'll give you a booklet and you've got some homework to work on, and that's £250 per couple. And then the third option is doing it as a one-to-one kind of, or VIP. So I come to you, if you're obviously in the kind of Cheshire local area, to me, either daytimes or evenings or weekends, whatever works. I come out to you and do exactly what we would do. We still cover everything that we would do in the pre-recorded sessions and the face-to-face sessions. Still got the homework, and you still get a pre-recorded pregnancy yoga to do each week, and that's £350 because I'm coming to you and it's more personal. I can really make it to fit to what you want and your family. Yeah, throughout the whole thing, like I say, it should take about 6 weeks, so I suggest starting it maybe in your 20 sort of ish weeks, so you've got time to go through the course and you've got time to practice it, you've got time to process it. You also get birth prep sessions as well. So me and my partner Andy, I think for about 5 years now, we've been teaching birth prep sessions. He's really good, actually. He hardly does any yoga, and then we teach the birth prep session, and we'll do like something simple like the cat, and he's like, oh my god, this is so good for my back. And I'm like, look, love, you could do this all the time. Like, I do it pretty much every day. Like, why don't you get involved? But it's all about how your birth partner can support you. So what is right for you? You know, is it massage? Is it being fed? Is it keeping hands off? Is it being the in-between between the midwife and you, so you don't have to talk? All of that. We do all the yoga positions and the massage, so how or where they can be to support you physically. And then we also, obviously, really importantly, we talk about the first few days, like postnatally. So very important to have that beautiful golden hour of skin to skin after baby's born, however they're born. And then literally your partner's job starts of feeding you and looking after you and bringing you everything, you know, just allowing your body to heal and rest. So we talk about all about how your birth partner can help you postnatally as well, which is, I'm sure you know, it's really important just to lie on the sofa and have a few days chilling, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. I've got to be honest though, I was terrible. I had a section after my second, and it was a planned section. I went into labour early, but besides the point, I think I must have been on day 3 or 4, and I was still loading the dishwasher because I just couldn't stand it.
Yeah. Little bits is okay, because you want to keep the circulation going, you know, you want to keep moving your body and obviously keep getting up to the loo and stuff. But, you know, I think as women as well, we struggle to let people help us. But if you've spoken to your partner,
literally a case of like 3 days before she was born, and 3 days later we went into lockdown and went, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and my husband, Christ. Oh, God.
You're not used to spending that much time together, are you? Nobody ever does it. and you don't have kids to spend 24/7 with them, do you? Like, no.
No, you go to the grandparents for a bit, you know, or you can go to the nurse. It's good.
Yes.
Suddenly you're actually surrounded.
Yeah. I ask women to think about, you know, their postnatal period, and like, have a conversation while you're pregnant and about with your partner, with grandparents, you know, with friends, and tell them what you would like and what you would expect. And this is something, you know, take it from me, I didn't do this definitely the first time round. I didn't. This time round, I will be having a conversation, especially with my mum, who's downstairs, about like how you can actually help me. You know, yes, bring food, but don't expect to hold the baby. You know, I want to keep the baby closer to me. I don't want him to be passed around, or, you know, I don't want you to come and rock him for a few hours and then give him back because he's crying. Like little things, having those honest, open conversations and saying, you know, this is what I need. This is what I need from you in this time. And having a bit of time to heal, however your baby is born, can make such a massive difference to your physical and mental well-being. You know, just a few weeks down the track. If you do too much too soon, it's going to take you longer to feel better, to get your energy, to bond with baby, to find your new normal. Whereas if you have a couple of weeks, you know, in your jammies, in your comfies, either in bed or on the sofa, being fed, being nurtured, nourished, you know, you could be up and about on your feet on week 3 and ready to be out and about. It's just, but it's important to forward think that, which I don't think there is enough kind of information about, or that nobody talks about it.
There isn't. We were lucky this time. I actually planned ahead myself this time, and we went. Have you heard of Cook?
Oh yes, the shop. Yeah.
Well, they 10% off as well for your first 6 months when you've had a baby.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and home delivery. Couldn't have got better, especially when it came to COVID, because my husband can't cook. And so we ended up with a freezer full of food that was, you know, and we said just meant we could eat proper meals, and it didn't. I had to actually cook. We had proper meals that he could shove in the oven or shove in the microwave, or I could, and you know, you could have your veg, and you had, you know, and it was a variety, you know, and just little things like that, or you can just go, do you know what, I can just go on the phone and I can just order a few bits, and I've got proper food. I can feed the kids proper food, rather than being, you know, what is there, you know, chicken nuggets. No thanks. You know, and it just made the world of difference knowing that there was home cooked food in the freezer, and I hadn't had to. And that really, that pressure just kind of just lifts. Paper plates and paper plastic cutlery.
Something like that.
You don't have to do the washing up if you're absolutely not. Love it.
Definitely, just make it easy. You know, cut corners if you need to, and that's all okay, isn't it? But I think it's the key is thinking about it before baby arrives. You know, a lot of people think about filling the freezer with healthy food. That's great, but like you say, you're still having to kind of, you know, think about it now in preparation. Whereas if you let a delivery service just take over for a few weeks. I remember having Jasper, and he must have been like 2 or 3 weeks old, you know, in the sling. My partner had gone back to work. Penelope was only 3. And I was like, right, I can do this. I can feed us. I can keep these kids alive for the day while he's at work. And I remember boiling some new potatoes for Penelope's tea and ready and all the rest of it. Yeah, I didn't put any water in, did I? I totally boiled them without water. So then I've got a burnt pan. The house stinks. Obviously, she's hungry. And I'm like, oh, my God, it's only like 4 o'clock. Daddy's not home till 6. No idea. I don't know what to feed you. So yeah, it's making it easy. It's making sure there's a jug of water every time you sit down, so you've always got a drink. It's making sure there's a snack. It's even if the baby is hungry or crying, they can just wait 2 seconds while you get water, the TV controller, your phone. You get comfortable before you feed them, because you might be there a while. So little things like that can make a massive difference. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
brilliant. Honestly, I can't recommend, you know, the things that you do for people enough. You know, you're absolutely amazing. You know, so
I love it. It doesn't feel like kind of work or anything.
It's something that you love.
Yeah.
And for me, sleep. I'm such a geek. You know, I am a sleep geek. I never knew what I had a passion for. Do you know what I mean? I just knew I wanted to help people. And it was only through my own traumas, my own struggles, that I found my path and went, I need to learn about this.
Yeah.
I need to help people because this is what I need to fulfill what I need. And that doesn't like work when you're doing something that helps other people come out of somewhere you've been in those dark depths of, and you don't want anybody else to go there yourself.
Yeah, we're both doing it from a place of love, because we don't want any other woman to go through what we've been. So we love to share what we do. We support each other, which is what women should do. Like, I'm all about like women supporting women and women's circles. It's so important, and sharing the knowledge and helping each other makes such a difference into this, you know, the whole journey of becoming a parent and going forward. Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So if anybody is pregnant and they're looking at hypnobirthing, please go over to Saffron. She's Saffron's Yoga. She's on Instagram. She's got a website. She's on Facebook. We're going to upload this when we get a chance, probably in a week or so. We'll get this up on YouTube as well. So we're going to have access to everything. If you go into the Baby to Sleep YouTube channel, you will literally get access to every video that I ever do, pretty much.
Yeah. I've started watching them already because I want to be prepared for sleep for this baby as well. So my plan is to start watching your YouTube videos and then do one of your sleep courses, like while I'm still pregnant, and just kind of have it all in my head. So I'll start with good habits.
Far on that yet. Don't do that yet, because no, there's no. Because what you'll do is you'll put yourself in too far ahead. It's very different. I'll do a newborn one at some point soon, so hopefully I can get that out before.
So what age do you think is a good time to watch your first video or learn about sleep?
Know, people, for the online plans, a lot of people tend to sort of maybe get them around 5 months-ish, not necessarily start making the big changes, but just to kind of get the head in a better place.
Okay.
Get what's going on now with sleep. I understand why this is happening, and I understand what's going on with that, and I know what I'm working towards, ready for the 6 months average type thing.
Okay.
So more of a path. The first few months are entirely different. So that's why you'll find the videos on teething might be helpful. There's the 4-month sleep regression. They're not necessarily courses, but they're just the videos that will give you a bit more of an insight as to what to expect with regard. And I will be doing a newborn one at some point. I've just got to get it all. Okay. Yourself, you know, when you've got the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just time. It's so limited.
Yeah. But it's good, like I say, like, you know, just having that knowledge in your head that there is support out there. Your videos are there for when people feel that they need the help and support. And just starting with the YouTube stuff, like you say, is a good place to start, isn't it?
Yeah, especially at the beginning, the breastfeeding ones, and bringing dad involved and how dad can bond, because we did the Father's Day mini-series as well, you see. So there's how to get dad involved, how dad can help encourage breastfeeding and things like that as well. So these are all really good ones. There is a video actually coming out that I think you will like. I don't know what week it's coming out, but that is on naps and things and nap transitions, but that actually talks about the sleep windows right from birth right through to dropping the nap at sort of like 3 years old. I don't know when it's, but that will be coming out soon.
Excellent. Well, I've subscribed to it, so I'll keep an eye out.
We've got loads of stuff going on, and we'll get this up there as well. So yeah, if you're pregnant and you want some help, hop over to Saffron, and I'm sure she'll help you out.
I will. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I found it really, really, really informative. I've really enjoyed tonight.
Good.
Yeah, brilliant. Right.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.